Good morning, everybody. This is Rick Alberti. I'm the executive director of Chamber South, and we're here today for another episode of Chamber South Spotlight. Today, I have the honor of having Sarah Benhamo with me from the Falls. How are you, Sarah?
I'm so good. Thank you so much for having me today.
I'd love for you to be here. So, the Falls, what is the Falls?
The Falls is a shopping destination in South Florida. A lot of people know it from like the nostalgia back in the day, but really it's transformed over the last, I would say, year or so. We're really a shop, eat, play destination.
Shop and play destination.
Shop, eat, play.
Shop, eat, play destination. I love that.
Yeah.
So why the big change in the last year? Because I remember the Falls from my day. I'm the old guy here. And the Falls was a great place. It had a little bit of everything. And then it had its time that, it's too old, it's too this, too that. Why is it now all of a sudden such a great place to go?
Well, we recently finished a multi-million-dollar redevelopment at the center. So the ambiance has totally changed at the Falls. We've got fresh white paint throughout the entire center. We upgraded the lighting. We upgraded all of our fans for the summer months. And then everybody's favorite feature, which is the waterscape that goes throughout the entire center.
Beautiful.
We
Really
upgraded that as well. So, I look at it every day and I'm just in awe of how beautiful it really looks. You forget that you're at a mall.
It really is beautiful. It really is beautiful. I'm going to ask you something about the Falls. We'll talk about the Falls. But tell me about Sarah. Who is Sarah?
Me. Hi. So I'm born and raised in Miami, local native, born in Kendall.
Okay.
And I went to school here, went to the University of Florida for college, returned back to Miami for a little bit, and then got a job with Simon Property Group as the assistant director of marketing at Town Center at Boca. And then about 8 months ago, I got promoted to the director of marketing for the Falls. So it's crazy. It's a full circle moment for me because I grew up going to the Falls as a kid, with my family, with my sister, maybe causing a little bit of havoc sometimes. So it's really nice to be able to be here for the transformation that the Falls has gone through over the last year and get to see families making the same memories that I used to make.
Well, congratulations to you.
Thank you so much.
A question. What did you study in school?
Advertising. And then I minored in sociology. So marketing and advertising go hand in hand. One is more the creative aspects. Advertising is a little bit more creative in school than marketing. Marketing, you would have to go to business school, like the business side, and advertising, I went to the College of Journalism.
Okay.
So it was just a more creative side, but really they're very similar.
Sociology?
Sociology, yes.
Okay.
The study of people.
Exactly.
Yep.
So let me ask then, did you ever think 5 years ago, 10 years ago, that you would be where you are today?
No. I don't even think I knew that malls had like an office, before I became in this realm, right? It never passed my mind. I'm not sure what I was going to do, to be honest with you. I just knew I would like to do something that worked with the community, something that would, make a difference, and something creative. So I think all those three aspects I get to do on a daily basis. Which is great.
That's perfect for you. But you said something just a moment ago that before you didn't even realize that malls had an office where people worked and had to do something. What do you do there?
That's such a loaded question.
So is your main the most of your day is try to find tenants to replace any tenant that's moving out? Or is it, how can I beautify the mall? What am I doing wrong? What do I do for the Cinco de Mayo? How about this?
Yeah. So as the director of marketing, my side is more marketing the center as a whole, right? So any new stores, any existing stores, giving them the support that they need, planning events. We could talk all day about the events that I have planned now, the events I'm planning for the future. I'm sure we'll get to that a little bit later. I do all of our social media, website edits, email blasts, things like that. So really marketing the falls and bringing guests in, whether it's hosting them or giving them an incentive to come out, that sort of thing. And since our redevelopment, I'm really looking forward to inviting people back to the center that maybe haven't been in quite a while.
That's a good point because a lot people have options now.
Yeah.
They have options of where to go, how to spend their money, what to do. And you said that you also take care of their marketing. So do you do that yourself or do you have a team?
Right now, it's just me.
Okay.
I will be hiring an intern soon, which I'm excited for. In college, I did an internship at University of Florida's social media team, the official social media team for the university. And I learned so much from it. And I feel like I grew so much from that internship. So I'm looking forward to getting a college intern and teaching them everything that I've learned over the last 7-8 years.
Well, there's all different age groups that go to the mall.
Mm-hmm.
And there's all different age groups that get attracted to the mall for a specific reason.
Right.
And also, some of your store owners are different age groups. Do you find it difficult for you to find stores that want to work with you on promotions and getting events done and things like that at their location?
I think that I'm very fortunate. In the last 8 months since I got the position, I've made some great connections with our retailers, and they're always willing to participate, help, join me in a social media giveaway, anything like that, because the community, it's a smaller center, right? Smaller than some of our sister centers, like you mentioned Dadeland before, right? So our impact is very different being a smaller center. So when we host events, we can really get to know the people that come to the events. We can really make those one-on-one connections. So retailers, for example, we had an event a few weeks ago, Mother's Day workout event, right, with Lifetime. And we had it in our center court. It was mommy and me inspired. So moms brought their children. We did like a little Zumba kind of dance. And we had a bunch of retailers out that day in center court. True Food Kitchen, for example. They were able to come out with samples and then also give people an incentive to come try them out if they haven't tried them out before. Or L'Occitane. They were doing like mini hand massages and showcasing, the products that they had on sale for Mother's Day or that they were promoting for Mother's Day. So really, me being able to make those connections over the last, little bit has made it easier to bring them out of their store and come help and participate in events and do gift with purchase promotions and social media giveaways and all of that.
See, I find that so interesting because in the chamber, it's also important to try to get the message to our business owners, our small business owners, of how important it is to get people into your shop. So for them to have an event at their place and for me to bring 20, 30, 40 folks that may have never ended up in their shop.
Right.
Now they come to the shop, they get to touch, feel, look, see, and then you never know, they may come back.
Right.
And that's what the key is. So when you have an event like the Mommy and Me, that people come out there and then you're doing the massages, you have items out there in display that are potentially for sale or are for sale, that makes a big difference. And I think that a lot of people get it. A lot of people still don't get it. So you said Lifetime. That's one of your big anchors in your mall.
Yes, it is.
How long have they been there now?
So about 1.5 years now. I mean, there is a long wait list to even become a member at our center.
I was invited to that Lifetime and I went in and I was like, wow, what is this? I mean, that's like a country club 3 stories high. That is just amazing what they have in there. They have everything for something for everyone.
Right.
It doesn't matter. You don't have to go out there just to work out. You can go work there. You can go eat there. You can do working out.
Pickleball.
You can do.
Yeah.
It's amazing
Yeah.
what you can do
It
there.
truly is amazing. And they're such a great partner to have, in our back door. They work with us all the time on events. So we actually started this year doing quarterly events with them, community quarterly events that are focused around fitness in center court. So the first one we did was full moon yoga at the beginning of the year, was a hit. Then we did the Mommy and Me one. We did that a few weeks ago for Mother's Day. And then the next one we are doing is going to be for Hispanic Heritage Month. So we'll probably have a little salsa instructor, something like that, but really focusing on fitness and community because they're part of our backyard. And it's always a free event. It's always open to the public. You do not need to be a lifetime member. So people can just look us up on social media, which is the Falls Miami, or look us up online, and they can always see what kind of events that we have for free going on for the community.
I'm glad you mentioned that because I was going to ask you, how can people find out about the events that's going on in the Falls?
Right.
So most of it or all of it is on your social media.
Yes.
And they should sign up and follow you, whether it be on your Instagram or do you have, I don't know, I'm the old guy. Do you have Facebook?
Yeah. We have Facebook and Instagram. Those are the two platforms we use the most. And then obviously our website, which is the Falls Miami as well. We've got an events section. So
Okay.
you go on there and you can see all the events we have coming up. We've got a deals page too. So if there's any special deals happening, we promote them on there as well.
Excellent. How many stores do you have at the Falls?
Over 100.
Over 100 stores. Right. So I'm going to assume not everybody's there for 30 years, 40 years. Some stores open, some stores close. New people are coming in. Tell me about some of your new stores coming in.
Coming in?
Or just came in.
Okay.
Both.
Okay, perfect. So in the last 12 months, we've opened Lululemon, Mango, Taos, JD Sports, G by Guess, Fredo. Those are the ones I can just name off the top of my head.
And those are I'm going to assume they are a variety of different stores. You got restaurants.
Athletic wear. We've got shoes. We've got, clothes, all kinds of things. Our restaurants, most of them have been a staple for quite a bit. They're all doing relatively well. So our restaurants have stayed the same for quite some time.
See, that's phenomenal.
Yeah.
That is great. If a restaurant, especially now that you got the summer months coming up, everything slows down a little bit. I don't know if the Falls do, but everything else, we're trying to do a program now for the city of South Miami to try to boost their restaurants because it slows down for them too. How about the Falls? Do they slow down during the summer?
A lot of people like to go to Europe in the summer. Apparently that's the newest trend. I'm waiting for my trip. I don't know. I'm still waiting for that. But it's going to be my first summer there. So I'm very interested to see what the traffic flow will be. But we do have incentives to come over the summer. So actually we're talking about dining. I'm doing a Kids Eat Free Tuesday promotion.
Oh, that's awesome.
So 7 of our restaurants are participating, and it's places like Sokai, Arcade Time, Los Ranchos, like really good restaurants that you would enjoy going to. So during June and July, if you come in on Tuesdays, you can get a free kids meal with an adult entree. So just another incentive for people to come dine, shop, maybe go to Arcade Time, maybe go to Time Box escape rooms, anything like that, and just make it a full day.
Well, it's a great day for a family.
Right.
You're at home, the child doesn't have school, so you're trying to find way of how to fill in the day.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great opportunity, especially if the child eats for free, the family saves money.
Right.
Heck, you got to eat anyhow, so why not? You're there. So that's great. Who came up with that?
So we did this at Boca, and I know some of our sister Simon centers do it as well, but this is the first year that the Falls is doing it.
Tell me about Simon Malls. What is Simon Malls?
So Simon's the owner of a lot of malls.
Okay.
Right? So We've got mills, we've got outlets, we've got, you know, a array of
Really?
different
Yeah,
connections.
because I see Simon.
Mhm.
So Simon, Dayland Mall is part of Simon.
Correct.
The Falls is part of Simon.
Yes.
Sawgrass
Yes.
also.
Miami International Mall.
Oh, wow.
Town Center at Boca, Coral Square. So we've got quite a lot in Florida. I mean, all around,
All
and
around.
U.S. and Canada. So we've got them, everywhere. And what's great about it is that every center's so unique, right? So our center, I'm saying again, is a smaller center, more community center, and being from Miami, I'm able to tap into that a little bit more.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That really is, because you know what? If they own so many malls and they've been so successful, it looks like they know what they're doing.
Right.
And they have people like you working there that is driving the community to your location, and that's important.
And they're letting me be creative, which is the best part, right?
That is the best part.
Doing events with Lifetime. Okay, what should we do this month? Oh, let's do Hispanic Heritage. This is your community. You know your community. You know your target audience and your guests. Let's run with it. Let's see what it looks like. So something I really appreciate is that we're not scared to try new things, right? Because you need to be ever evolving.
Boy, do you.
So that's one of my favorite aspects is I can try new things. And if it works, great, let's make it better next year. If it doesn't work, how can we tweak it? What did we learn from that?
That's such a great point. Same thing that I'm doing at ChamberSOUTH.
Yeah.
I just took over ChamberSOUTH in September of last year.
Yeah, remember we started just about the same time.
And then I said, okay, we're going to try things. What I wanted to do was bring the best practices from different chambers, institute it into ChamberSOUTH, and see if it works. And if it works, great.
Yeah.
If it doesn't, we learn from it. And how can we tweak it to make it better? Before we get to some of the items that I see here that you brought today, so we can let the audience know what it's all about, because Daddy's Day is coming.
Yes, it is.
Soon it is. And, even though it's Daddy's Day every day, just like it's Mommy's Day every day, we want to make sure that we celebrate Father's Day for all the great fathers out there.
Right.
But before we do that, I want to let people know that when I did start in September, we had an event at the Falls in December.
Mm-hmm.
And that was, the season of giving and giving back. Tell me a little bit about that so people know exactly the generosity that the Falls had for us for that day.
Yeah, absolutely. So this was our third year hosting it, but me and your first year doing it together. We had quite a few meetings before that. We're like, do you know what to do? Do I know what to do? I'm not sure. But
I remember that.
So we had a private event for the ChamberSOUTH members. We closed off our center core area. We hired live music. We had a bunch of our restaurants come out doing taster drinks and food. And then we partnered with the local organization and donated toys for everybody. I'm sure you could talk a little bit more about that. And we had a photo booth. I mean, everybody dressed up to the nine.
You had music.
It was a really great event. And again, just hosting our community in a space that not everybody thinks of firsthand of an event space. But now we've really turned that into an event space because it's open, it's beautiful, and
it's a great event space.
Right.
To be honest with you, I was nervous because it was my first time. I didn't know what to expect. We charged $0 for the persons to attend. All we asked for was for them to bring a gift.
Right.
And that gift was put into boxes, and then we donated those gifts to foster children from the Family Resource Center that year. They're the ones who won I'm going to say the selection. They were selected that year for all the gifts that go to them. It even snowed in Miami that day.
It does every year at the Falls.
So I got to tell you, I got to give you guys credit.
Thank you
put
so
on
much.
an incredible event. The food was fantastic. The people were friendly. Your vendors were incredible. You guys did an incredible job setting everything up. A lot of people showed up that day. Hopefully this year we'll double the size so I can make you work more.
Oh, thank you so much.
Okay. So let's talk a little bit about Daddy's Day. Is that a big day at the mall? Father's Day?
On the day of Father's
Or
Day?
the week of?
So the weeks leading up, yeah, people are shopping for dad, of course. The day of, our restaurants, are pretty packed. So I would make reservations if you're looking to take your dad out, like to Los Ranchos or something like that for Father's Day.
Excellent choice.
Yes. They've been at the center for over 30 years. So
wow.
Yes.
How long?
They've moved around a little bit, but
How long has the Falls been there?
that's a great question.
It's got to be over 50 years, I would think.
I think we're right under 50 years.
Wow, that is amazing for a shopping center to be successful for 50 years. So tell me a little bit about the things you brought here today. What do we have on this table?
Yeah, so
Lululemon.
Lululemon, yeah. So we've got a few items for dad that we wanted to showcase. So the first one is from G Baguettes for the on-the-go dad. We've got a few watches that we brought today. So we've got one with a leather strap, which is more of a casual look. One that is two-toned, which is a more elevated look. And then the last one, which is silver, which is more of an everyday kind of watch.
Okay.
So I see you're wearing a watch. Look,
Yep.
in case your children, your wife, I don't know, want to get you
I'm going to have to take some pictures and show them what I want.
And then right here, we've got for the athletic dad from Lululemon. And this polo is called I think it's called the pool polo, something like that.
Okay.
And it's supposed to be sweat resistant, supposed to help with the heat. Perfect golf outfit.
Perfect.
Perfect
I love
golf
the shorts
outfit.
too.
They're called ABC shorts. And they almost look like linen from far. So this was inspired by golf, right? For the golf dad. And then we brought a water bottle as well so that, you could get the whole feel and vibe. Back over here from JD Sports for the trendy dad, we've got two pairs of shoes. So we've got the Nike Air Force Ones, and those are global access, which means that they're only sold at JD Sports.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So it's exclusive to JD Sports?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Go to the one at the Falls. Thank you. And then we've got the 90-60 New Balances, which are trending everywhere. I have a pair, but I mean, come on. They're like what's selling the most.
Really?
Yes.
Now, why is that? Why do you think that? Are they light? Are they good?
Yes,
are they comfortable?
They're light. They're comfortable. They're not really something you would do like a CrossFit workout in, but it's more of a casual, everyday kind of sneaker. So that's what I would recommend for your daytime walking around, going to brunch, that sort of thing. Is that shoe?
Excellent. And what's this outfit that we have in the back that looks like I'm going on a cruise?
Yeah. Or Euro trip, right?
All right.
So this is from Mango. And again, it's very summer vibe. The shirt is cotton and then the pants are linen. So, I mean, for the heat, whether you're, again, in Europe or you're here in the Miami summertime, it's breathable. It's very attractive. I would love to see a man in that.
Me too. Looks beautiful.
Yeah, and so we just wanted to highlight a few of our stores. Oh, and then we've got these matching sunglasses from Mango as well. So just wanted to highlight a few gift ideas from our stores that, one, maybe you didn't know existed just yet because they've been at the center for less than a year. And two, some really good ideas. Most of these are in the 100 and under range. I know some of the watches are a little bit more, and some of the shoes, the 90-60s, I believe, are 160.
Okay.
But cost per wear, it'll be great.
Sarah, let me ask you a question. Does a family have to spend a lot of money to go to the Falls? You have a variety of stores that have that range prices. Am I correct?
Right. A variety of stores and a variety of entertainment, a variety of restaurants, right? So there's things like Pumarola. I bet you didn't know this.
I didn't.
Okay. Wait.
Go ahead. Fill me in.
Pumarola does pizza making classes for $35.
What?
Yes.
For the family? So you can bring
individual per person.
But
you make a pizza. You get dough to take home, and then you can make your own pizza, or you can make like a focaccia or something back home. It includes a beverage, and then sometimes if you're really lucky, they'll give you some Nutella pizza there too.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I've done it
That
with
is
my friends. Like
awesome.
it's
That's
for
fun.
all age groups. I mean, it's a lower cost thing. You're getting food. We had leftovers when we went, and we're adults.
Wow.
Yeah. So there's all kinds of things. Something I really wanted to mention, I've been excited to mention to you, is Regal. So there's some buzz, and I'm going to confirm the buzz about Regal. So they've been quietly doing a renovation. And so Regal is going to now have a full restaurant, full bar, lounge seating. You can order at your seat. So food
The
and
theater?
drinks. Yep. All 12 theaters. Right now, they've been working on the first 6. So there's 3 renovated theaters that you can already go to right now happening. And then they're closing for about 2 months from the middle of June to August, the beginning of August, something like that, just to do the front, to renovate, make it into a restaurant atmosphere, restaurant bar atmosphere, and then upgrade the restrooms, everything like that. So it's a full renovation.
Wow. That's exciting.
Yes. I mean, I peeked in there the other day to see the new like lounge seats and the ones that they've already renovated. Amazing.
What a beautiful way to watch a movie.
Right.
Be in a lounge chair, order a drink, order something to eat.
You don't have to get up.
That people come and serve you.
Yeah.
Wow, what an experience. Because I do think that the Falls is truly an experience. People go there for an experience. People can go to shop. People can go to eat. People can go to work out. People can spend a lot of time at the Falls.
And we have such ease of parking.
That's exactly what's going to be my next question.
Yeah.
Is the parking free? Is there plenty of parking?
Yes and yes. We do have some paid upfront parking options. If you want to be right up front, it's a few dollars an hour if you prefer to do something like that.
Okay.
But that's about 15 spots in the center. The rest completely free. We've got 2 parking garages, a lot of parking all throughout the center. So it's going to be a breeze compared to some other centers. And we don't charge for parking.
See, that's great because, there's a lot of places now that everybody wants to charge. When you go to Miami Beach, Brickell, Coral Gables, for you to find parking, it's, number 1, extremely difficult to find parking. Number 2, it's going to cost you an arm and a leg to be able to park, because you either have street parking or public parking, depending where you are. But their valet parking is incredibly expensive. So why not go to the Falls? You have everything there. You got shops, eating, and you got Sarah. So, Sarah, I want to thank you for your time today. I want to wish you a lot of success.
Thank you so much.
At the Falls. I look forward to December. We're going to have an incredible event there again, and some lucky organization that unfortunately has kids that are not as fortunate as many others are going to be very happy in Christmas because of what you guys do at Simon Malls and what you do at the Falls. So I thank you for that. Chamber South thanks you, and I know that the public thanks you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. So I wish you the very best. Thank you for your time today. And on 3, I want to say goodbye to everybody there. So 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Thank you.